It's the Texas weather discussion video for Thursday, the 25th of October. I'm Donovan Neal. We remain mostly dry for the rest of this week, heading into the weekend, into the early parts of the next week. But then, as we get towards Halloween into early November, the forecast gets a little bit tricky. So, here's the upper air look across the continental United States this morning. You can see we have that upper low that's basically spinning off to our northwest. That's basically going to move east with time, causing lots of moisture to feed in from the Gulf with that low that was basically spun up from Willa. We still have lots of clouds and maybe some light drizzle and maybe fog from that this morning. Across the nation, very typical for late October. On the watch warning map, things are pretty stable for this time of the year. On the convective outlooks, we only have a marginal risk for the coastal states and the Florida Panhandle. Other than that, things remain very quiet across the nation. Here is the average rainfall for the next 7 days, valid through Thursday morning of next week. Heavier totals remain off to our east. Down here, amounts we could see around half an inch or less for parts of North Texas. And again, that's anything that we see towards Halloween and towards the early November date. And on the tropics, things in the Atlantic Basin getting a little bit active with a wave that basically has an 80% chance of developing into a tropical depression or storm within the next 5 days, and has a 60% chance of developing during the next 2 days. But more than likely, this moves off to the east and does not affect any land masses at all. And the rest of the Atlantic Basin remains quiet. We'll just have to wait and see. So let's go on to the model output. This is the O6Z run the GFS valid this afternoon at 1 o'clock. You can see we have troughing in the central plains down here. That wave action moves off to the east. We're mainly dry. We still have lots of clouds about, but we're mainly dry for the most part with highs in the low 60s. Friday, pretty much the same deal. Once those clouds start to move out, we'll reveal mostly sunny skies during the afternoon and evening hours. Highs mostly in the upper 60s to low 70s. Pretty much perfect weather for high school football games going on that afternoon, which is very anomalous for this time of the year. And here Saturday as the weekend begins, pretty much the same deal. Will remain mostly sunny, highs mostly in the mid 70s, and same thing on Sunday. Mostly sunny, highs mostly in the mid 60s. And here's Monday of next week. You can see that 1024 millibar high brings bone crushing subsidence, and as a result of that, much of the southern United States remains mostly dry with highs mostly in the mid 60s. And same thing on Tuesday. And on Wednesday, a cold front starts to come through on Halloween. Cold front starts to come through during the afternoon and evening hours, and with that, we'll mention a chance of showers. We'll mention a fairly good chance of showers and thunderstorms during the afternoon and evening hours. And I say the best chance of a spot getting wet or two is in the 40 to 50% bracket at this point. But once confidence increases, that chance will get higher. With highs will mostly be around 70 degrees at that point. And here's a week from today, Thursday, the 1st of November. Wow, look at that trough in the southern plains into reaching up to the Midwest. That's very deep trough. And down here, that front moves off to the east. And with that, we'll mention fairly dry conditions until trends verify. We'll mention fairly dry conditions, highs mostly in the low 70s. And here's the end of the 10-day forecast period. This is Saturday, the 3rd of November. You can see we have a very deep trough across the central United States, and down here, that's a very dry look. But you can see from the numbers coming off the GFS ensemble, highs mostly warm through the weekend. Saturday and Sunday looks like to be the warmest days of the week. I don't think we'll reach 80, but I think we'll be fairly close. And then we get into, we get to the week of October 29th. Then we start to cool down a little bit, and then by November, highs mostly will be in the low to mid 60s by that point. That's it for the Texas weather discussion video for today. I'll more notes in the blog. Next video here is expected to be posted at around 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. If you can, catch your local TV stations this afternoon at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and Godspeed.